I'm not sure, but it's off-gassing right onto us.
It's time to leave Lincoln. We didn't leave on Saturday, we didn't leave on Sunday. It's now Monday, and we're finally leaving.
Yes. Well, leaving. We are heading towards the middle of Lincoln, and then we'll be leaving Lincoln after we get onto the Fossdyke.
Well, after we filled up with water and stuff.
Yeah. Is it the glory hole that represents the beginning of the Fossdyke, or is it the Burton Water, or not Burton Waters?
It's Stampen Lock.
Stampen Lock?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on the Fossdyke.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Very good. Yeah, well, I'm confused by this because 5 Mile Bridge is 4.9 miles from Stampen Lock.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh.
The moorings we stayed at were pretty much in the centre of Lincoln, so very convenient for touristing and shopping. The first bridge we pass under is Broadgate Bridge. In theory you could moor in this section too, as there's mooring rings, but the bank is quite high and we think it would be quite a bit more noisy. There's a cafe boat that moors here and a little trip boat that ferried people past us multiple times a day. Ahead is High Bridge, which seems to be more commonly known as the Glory Hole, a name that was apparently coined by boaters originally. The bridge was built around 1160 and it's the oldest bridge in the country which still has a building standing on it.
So we're just about to go through the famous Lincoln Glory Hole. Excited or scared?
Well, I've been through it before, but I still find it really funny that all around the planet, if you tell anybody you're going to go through the, and into the Lincoln Glory Hole, what they're not thinking about is a tunnel underneath the bridge. It's poorly named structure, but it does feature in all kinds of interesting paintings at Lincoln Museum. Well, at the Usher Museum portion of Lincoln Museum. Anyway, this is the Glory Hole. It's glorious.
And I was wrong before. This is actually the point where the River Witham becomes the Fossdyke Canal. Under Wigford Bridge we'll be entering the Brayford Pool. This used to be a port used by the Romans, and it's the oldest inland harbour in the UK. The north of the pool is now lined with a cinema, hotels, bars and restaurants, and on the south side is the University of Lincoln. The River Witham joins Brayford Pool just over there, but due to the low bridges it's not navigable. It was nice to walk along though, as the vet we found for George was out that way. Seven large pontoons protrude into the pool, providing moorings for countless boats. You can see the university buildings on the bank beyond the boats. That's the Student Union building, so these are possibly not the quietest moorings.
So these ones are the visitor moorings that we stayed at last time. They're actually only 2-day moorings, but they're pretty busy today.
Beyond the visitor moorings are some private moorings, and some of the boats look like they haven't been out in a while.
Bye, Lincoln.
Bye, Lincoln.
Are you sad to go?
Yeah, I really like Lincoln. I like going up the hill. I like walking 10 miles to get to a bakery. Yeah, I could move to Lincoln, mainly because of the bakery.
Is it better than the bakery in Woodhill Spa?
Oh yeah.
Really? Wow.
Oh god. Yeah. It is quite possibly the best bakery I've found on the planet outside France.
I think there's a fairly long line of visitor moorings this side of Lincoln, so we'll probably be going quite slow for a while, which is fine. And when we left our mooring this morning, it was drizzly and cloudy, but I think it's actually going to be very hot today.
Yeah. There's been a thunderstorm warning issued for parts of the UK, but it was not explicitly the parts of the UK we're at, so I think we're fine. But it's got that kind of moist, like high humidity, but also high heat
Very hot.
feel to it. So we might end up with thunderstorms and hail and that sort of thing if it happens.
We don't end up with any weather.
Hopefully no weather.
It's about 5 miles to Saxilby, but we need to stop off at Burton Water Marina for some diesel along the way. I love this little bridge over the Catchwater drain.
Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. I'm afraid I might have given up.
Ahead is the Pie Wipe Inn and some very nice 2-day visitor moorings.
Never made it explicit.
I'm afraid that in the end you're more than I deserve.
He wrote it, and he was kind of,
Every time.
We're now passing under the Skellingthorpe Road Bridge, which carries the A46.
it's a tune, and, you know,
Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first.
The sight of these roofs mean that we're approaching Burton Water, which is more of a village than a marina, with many of the houses backing onto the water. The entrance is a little hidden from view, so it's best to take the turn very, very slowly, as it's quite a blind corner.
I don't think they'll do a split.
When we arrive, there's already 2 boats on the service pontoon, so we need to go onto the visitors' check-in pontoon. But there's also 2 boats there, so Michael battles with the wind as one of the boats indicates they're getting ready to move. The boat that made room for us is off towards the slipway as it's about to be pulled out of the water.
Do you want to just hold it on that? Or? So we're on the visitor pontoon, or the waiting pontoon, because the diesel point's busy. But there's barely enough room for us. Well, there was enough room, but there was another boat here, so we had to go between 2 boats, but then that boat left, and there was wind, and there was ropes in the water, and but we're here now, so we just need to wait for the diesel point to free up, and then we can get the diesel.
As well as topping up with diesel, we switch out our empty Cala gas bottle.
Oh, can you just do that again, because I missed it on tape?
Michael doesn't find me very funny. George also has a little refuelling.
During lockdown, first lockdown. Yeah,
On the way out, I sit on the bow to check for any oncoming traffic, but all is clear.
Is everything right this time?
I think so. I think you're gonna have to stand beside me rather than sit
My
down.
leg's killing me. Why don't you stand beside me?
Alright, I'll stand beside you. Right, talking at the tiller time.
We then set up to record a video for our other channel. This is our second attempt today, as the first one was recorded without any sound. It's not like we've been doing this for 7 years or anything. We've started a series called Talking at the Tiller, or Tiller Talk, where we chat about various random topics that aren't really appropriate for these main cruising videos. If you've got any suggestions for any topics that you'd like us to discuss, that really can be anything, please let us know in the comment section below. I'll also link the video we made today. On that other channel, we also post the full-length real-time footage of each journey, so if that's something you're interested in, I'll link that too. I'm hoping to build a bit of an archive over there of all the waterways we travel on.
Yeah, that's where it all ends.
"20 minutes later, and this road means that we're now approaching the outskirts of Saxilby.
Michael has predicted that there's rain ahead of us, which is somewhat worrying.
Well, I literally saw it falling.
Oh, really? Is that what that is?
Yeah, that's rain, and it was hitting the water, and now it's moved on.
There might be some over there too.
Yeah, there's some more coming. We gonna get wet.
Well, I'm really hot, so I'm not really complaining.
Nah, we had a shower this morning. May as well have another shower this morning.
We kind of got into a little bit more of an industrial part of the Fossdyke navigation.
It's funny because this was driven in by the Romans, right? Like
I believe so, yeah. We need to look up the history, probably.
It's been a long time, but the Romans came over and they drove a canal from Lincoln to the Trent, or the other way around. I think it was from Trent to Lincoln, right? And
then to Boston.
Well, no, there was the river already there.
Boston,
yeah, so it was them letting Lincoln, which was called what, Lindum Cloaca or whatever the hell it was.
I think it's Cloaca.
That's wrong.
Colonia.
Colonia, yeah, Lindum Colonia. Yeah, in the middle of Rome, there is this thing called the Cloaca Maxima. This was a major bit of
infrastructure.
Yeah, and like a big portion of their logistics system for maintaining their power over this country, right?
And it kind of explains why both York and Lincoln are such historic cities.
Yeah. Like,
what is that?
I'm not sure, but it's off-gassing right onto us.
Hold your breath.
I don't feel like that's safe or good for us.
All right, we'll go faster.
It's probably water, but it smells a bit.
It smells. Hold your breath, George.
Excellence in a world of compromise. What?
Okay, now my eyes are watering.
Yeah, and it smells a bit bluish. I feel like we've just passed an industrial polluter of some sort. So Lindum Colonia gets joined with the Trent via the Fossdyke, the earliest man-made canal in England, which at the time wasn't England, it was Romagna. And someone, somewhere near here, was knitting tubes of wool with the dodecahedron.
Now my throat hurts.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good thing for us to be downwind to that, but I also don't think we got much choice but to get further downwind. I'm also thinking we probably shouldn't ignite any naked flames. That's pretty much everything I can remember about the Fossdyke.
Oh, here we go. The Fossdyke navigation was built about AD 120 by the Romans and is the oldest artificially constructed waterway in the country, which is still navigable. It was designed to connect the River Witham, made navigable by the Romans, to the Trent and Humber. The two navigations were used by the Danes when they invaded England, and later by the Normans to carry stone to build Lincoln Cathedral.
In 1846, the navigations were leased to the Great Northern Railway Company, and immediately their revenue began to fall. Railway competition continued, and by the end of the 19th century, both navigations were running at a loss. Well, that tells you railway corporations have enough problem doing things today. They can't manage a railway. How could they manage a river? By the end of the 19th century, both navigations were running at a loss. After a period of dormancy, the Witham and Fossdyke navigations became established cruising waterways as pleasure boats replaced the last surviving commercial operators. Today, their isolation and total lack of development attracts many, while their survival preserves the pleasures of visiting Lincoln by boat, and Boston is one of the vital links between the inland waterway system and the open sea.
I tell you what, I really like the rhythm. Can't say it, but I like it.
Yeah, the rhythm's nice.
It's really beautiful. It's pretty quiet, considering it's August, and like, you know that on the main network, on the popular routes in August, people are going to be queuing like 10 deep at certain locks. And we've barely seen another boat, like on the whole of the Witham. Oh, you can take that back now.
I'm taking that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked the Witham the first time we came down it, and I like it going up it. I'm feeling like I'll miss it.
Yeah.
Mainly the baked goods.
Yeah, it's good for baked goods.
Ooh, Skellingthorpe. So is the last time we were the far side of what, the big road bridge or the...
No, the little metal footbridge.
Oh.
But out of all the scratches, there's a cut that bleeds the worst. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first. Every time I count my blessings, I count you first.
You're back there. George is over there. Yeah, so we're here, which means we're about 2 miles from Torksey, which means we need to call Torksey and figure out when we're going through Torksey.
And also find out if there's still issues at Keadby. Not that we're going to Keadby after Torksey, we're going to go on to the Chesterfield, but we'd still like to know.
Yeah. It's funny, because it's quite a short trip from Lincoln, and it's not a very long trip to Torksey, but then we're a long way from Gainsborough.
Yeah.
But we'll be there relatively rapidly.
Yeah, because we're on the river. Or we will be on the river. So yeah, not sure how long we're going to stay here, but we'll work it out.
No more than 3 days.
Is that what it says?
Yes.
No more than 3 days, there we go.
That's how long will we stay.
Have you got your farewell ready?
Oh, man.
Maybe we should just not do it.
No, we should do it.
Nope.
See, like, Baluchistan has a language I can't pronounce. Farvel. That works. Farvel.
What language was that?
Danish. I knew that one. That's the irritating thing.
Face tracking on. Oh, God, still not working.
You gotta figure out how to just disable that.
I thought I had yesterday, but now it's just...
It's gone back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just have to deal with it. Lindum Colonia. Just recording in front of my face. Should I shut up now? Or should I keep talking?
Keep talking.
Okay.